So we have an API here. We're calling a random user, as we've been doing. We're printing the result, and then we're using JSON to read the request result into the variable result. And then, of course, we're pulling out the latitude and longitude from the location dictionary. And then we're printing them out. And sure enough, out they pop right here. So this is a list of the data we pulled in, and there's the latitude and longitude down there. If we look at the next one, as you can see, it's the exact same thing, but now we have a web browser open, and we're going to Google Maps with our latitude and longitude added on. And sure enough, we wait a second, and bingo, that's where we are. Now, it is not the location of their address. It's a random location of somewhere on the map where they are supposedly located at this time. This is one real flaw with this system is it does a random latitude and longitude. And since the world is mostly covered with water, most of the time they're located on a ship somewhere in the middle of the ocean. But, you can't have everything for free. If we look at the next one, you can see the same thing, but now we're pulling up country and not latitude and longitude. Then we're going to map this. The problem is the map is looking for country in lowercase, not uppercase. So if we do this, we get Germany, and it needs the two-letter code for Germany. Know the two-letter code for Germany, so I'm just going to do US here. I do know the US. And of course, then we make people.svg. And if you look at people.svg, sure enough, we get a world map with the United States called up. If we run it again, I do know another code. We do IE for Ireland. We open up people again, and sure enough, Ireland is what's highlighted now, not the United States. So it's creating this graph right on the fly for whatever country is sent to it. Now, is there a way we can get the two-digit ISO code for the country name? Think there might be an API for that? Let's look at the third one. So what we have here is an API to get your two-digit ISO code. You can get a ton of different codes, 3 digits. There's a whole bunch of information on the country. But I'm going to pull out the two-digit ISO code. Now, the map wants the two-digit ISO code, but it wants it in lowercase. The API for countries send it in uppercase, so I need to make it lowercase here. But sure enough, now I don't need to do anything. It says Serbia. We open it up. We open it up. And sure enough, Serbia is what's highlighted. So we can run this. Now we'll get Brazil. Go back, run this. And sure enough, we get Brazil. Pretty cool, huh? If we go to the next one, now we're getting crazy. So here we have random users, but now we're getting a number of random users. How many random users? Well, we're going to ask the user. So the user will tell us how many random users they want. We are then going to make a list called names of all their first names, a list called real gender with all the gender here, a list of country with their country names added to the list names. We're then going to call the countries API to convert the country names to make a list of the ISO 2 codes of those country names. We're then going to call the genderize, and we're going to send the first name to genderize for those people and make the expected gender. So we now have a list of names, a list of actual genders, well, actual and made up list genders. We're going to have a list of countries, a list of ISO 2 codes, and a list of expected genders. And the cool thing is, we can now make all those lists into a pandas data frame. And we know we can work with the pandas data frame. And of course, we're going to make a map, and we're going to plot all those people on there. So let's run this. Let's do 5 names, huh? Sure enough, we get the 5 countries that came out. We then get the information from the GenderiZE and the countries and the ISO codes, and then we make a pandas data frame. If we go back here and look, you can see we now have multiple countries. If you notice in the countries, what we have Germany, Ukraine, and this one is actually using Farsi, so it is right based, which is why it's way over here, and Iran. We can try one more time. We do pretty much the same thing. Oh, we got to stop this here. So we'll do no here. No. We could run it again if we wanted to. But now we get a little cooler. We do this. We're going to do how many names? We'll do 5 again. Now let's do 10. We run 10, and we get the fictional data, pull out the names. Now we have all the people coded in there. But the browser pops up automatically. I mean, the web page pops up automatically. We don't have to go and click on it. And that is just by adding this here, which we did before. So it's sort of built on everything we've been doing. And of course, we can do it again. Do another. Now let's do 15 names this time. It runs. We wait, we wait, we wait. It gets the codes. GenderiZE is what's taking a while. And sure enough, we have a whole bunch of new names here. Pretty cool. Let's keep going. If we go to API 9, we're making things a little bit different here. So we do everything the same that we've been working on, right? But now I gotta stop this here. We take and we make a list for a data frame for women and a data frame for men. And now when we run this, let's do 10 again. That's what I'm thinking. And now we have it broken into 2 lists. We have men and women. And if you look when we make the chart, just as if you were making a line chart in Matplotlib, all we do is do 2 add statements, and you can get the different colored charts. Now, did we really get men and women? No, because some countries have both men and women from the same country, and they're showing up on the first one I do, which would be women. If I did it in the other order, they would show up as men. So we could keep going on this. We could then pull out we could do men, women, and both,